Welcome all for another the third session of Empowering Dreams by EduLoans. Today we have Tanvi Borkar, who's pursuing her masters from University of Syracuse, and she would be joining us shortly. And she has taken approximately around 40 lakh rupees from Auxilo, which is one of our lenders, and we would be holding in and helping her out and understanding how she went about with the loan process. So we have her. Let me just check her in. Hi Tanvi, how are you doing? Can you hear
Hello,
me
Bunny sir. I'm
clearly?
doing good. How are you?
Good. मैंने कहा
Yeah, I can
nice
hear you.
bright.
There's a little bit of lag.
Okay. Okay. So now I can see that it's bright and sunny out there, right? So
Yeah,
how is the
it really
weather?
is. Yeah.
How is the
The weather
weather?
has been really, really good. Yeah. I mean, the winters are terrible around here. It goes around like minus 20 degrees or something. But the summers are surprisingly nice. I mean, it rains for some days, but other days it goes around like 35 degrees, which is more for us. Of course, it's not more for Mumbai, I know, but
Uh,
for us, it is more.
Good. So, so tell me something about yourself. So, how has been the journey till date? What's your background and what's
Mhm.
your kind? What happened and how did you land up at Syracuse University?
Mhm. Okay. So basically, I'll start with my undergrad. I'm an electronics engineer. I graduated in 2015. Then I got placed in L&T Infotech from my own college. So I started working with them and I kind of developed an interest in coding. So I worked with L&T Infotech till 2019 and then I
Hmm.
switched over to Capgemini. So total work experience is 4 years basically. But while I was working with them, I realized that I have more inclination towards management. So
Okay.
somehow I was trying to look into postgraduate studies or masters, but I was all confused. So few of my friends from Imperial, I talked to them who have already moved on to US, and I used to text them like, what should I do? So they sent me over contact of Hiren sir and others, and I was like, okay, let's go to them and talk to them. I talked to Rahul
Okay.
sir, I talked to Hiren sir, I talked to other people, Sonali ma'am. So everybody helped me a lot to go into what I could do. And the best thing for me was information management. So
Okay.
that is something that it combines both like IT and management altogether. So when did I decide about Syracuse University? I already had a friend in Syracuse and other colleges. So he talked about things that are good here, and I was like, okay, that works well with my interests and goals. So I was like, okay, let's go with this. Then Sonali ma'am was very encouraging, like Syracuse is a good university. Of course, it's expensive, yes, but it's like
Yeah, it
really good.
it it it, it is quite expensive compared to the average
Very expensive
universities.
compared to any other university. But yes, the ranking is really high amongst the course that I've taken, information management. So definitely it helps a lot.
Okay, so then when you decided to go and you met and came at Imperial and Point of It, so what are the things steps you took? So did you how much is the GRE? What is the and how did you go about understanding your
Mhm.
finances and what happened on that side?
Okay, so GRE and TOEFL, I gave these two exams, and I did not take a training like a formal training from Imperial. I studied on my own, and I scored like average around, I could say. But I was a little bit skeptical about the score. So I talked to a Sonali ma'am, like what colleges I could apply, and even Hiren sir. So what happened was, due to my score, I had a limited restrictions. But Syracuse was amongst because I had good experience. But
Okay,
then
and
when I came to know about the finances, I was a little bit worried. Trust me, I was worried a lot, I could say. But then I came to know that there is also an organization with Imperial, like EduLoans, who
mhm.
works with the finances and they are dedicated to it. So I thought like let's talk to them and let's find out. I talked to Jenny ma'am a little bit, then she introduced me with Ranbir.
Mhm.
So he helped me a lot during this process. He helped me with all those applications and all those documents, and he even arranged his own talks with them, like those people. And it was quite easy for me. as compared to other bank applications because I have different accounts and I know how tedious the process can be, which I had to do it on my own. But EduLoans and Ranveer, he helped me a lot because
Okay.
the Syracuse University that I was applying to, it cost around like 50 lakhs for 2 years of studies.
Okay.
So finances was a big issue for me.
So how did you go about selecting the bank? So what happened? How are the options and what made you select Auxilo as the final lender?
Okay, so when I started with the applications, I remember HDFC Credila was the first that I went to.
Hmm.
They kind of were inclined towards giving me 35 lakhs as a sanctioned amount, which was quite less for me. And that's the reason my father and I talked, and we thought about going towards a different bank. Then Ranbir suggested we can try even Auxilo. So Auxilo kind of gave me like 40 lakhs of amount. So I was comparatively happy because at least 5 lakhs is a grace amount.
Yes, every every
And I
every
even, yeah,
every amount towards the 50 lakhs counts.
yeah, actually. And the thing is, I was also looking towards a no collateral loan since my father just recently bought a land. So we didn't have a collateral kind of thing to go take a loan towards.
Okay.
So that was the main goal, to get a no
So,
collateral
so
loan.
basically, you were looking at a non-collateral loan,
Yeah, yeah,
and you were looking at the maximum amount which you could get. And obviously,
right.
you tried between two banks, say Credila and Auxilo, and then Auxilo
Uh-huh.
gave you the higher value. So, what are the rate which Auxilo
Yeah, right,
offered you? And
right. Auxilo gave me like 12.25 rate of interest, which was surprisingly really good because of the competition and all the things. I mean, according to market, it was really good. I was expecting more, but surprisingly, it was amazing.
yeah, so that was a good rate. So
So I'm
you
really
kind of
thankful that I got.
negotiated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you negotiated well,
No,
and you had
actually,
other
I
offers.
I didn't actually negotiate. Ranveer helped me with this too. I
Okay.
mean, it was like a fast forward process because I was already t in touch with HDFC Credila, and
Mhm.
somehow I realized that 35 won't be enough, so it was less time, and I had to move fast. So that's how I was like, Ranveer, please help me out here. So he kind of did
So,
that.
so Ranveer kind of negotiated on your behalf and said, okay, this is the rate which with the
Yeah,
student
right.
can move in, and you
Yeah,
got a good one. Okay, so once you selected Auxilo,
yeah,
then
right.
tell us. It's okay. So then tell us about your process. So how did you go about disbursement and what happened? I believe there was some lag
Mm-hmm.
in while you were disbursing the first time, right? So what happened at that time?
Yeah, right.
And
So what happened was I was kind of leaving to come to US and there were still some documents remaining. Like I gave all the documents, but there were still some documents that were left from my side and even what I had already given. So I emailed them again. And my father helped me during this process because he was in India and he was continuously talking to them. The disbursement took like a while, but ultimately it happened before the deadline. So I was really happy that at least it happened by the date I was looking forward to. And also at that time, it was like, sorry.
no, no. So I was saying that how did EduLoans help out with the process? So there was some change of RM
Mhm.
at Auxilo, right? That's what happened and which was causing the confusion.
Yeah, right, right. So there was one person, and I was trying to talk to him, but somehow we couldn't talk to him anymore. Like
Hmm.
he didn't reply in some sort. So Auxilo was really helpful towards us because they directly gave us new contact, and he helped us a lot. Like he kept talking to my father on everyday basis, like to get this process done as fast as possible. So that was really helpful from them point.
Chalo, good. So once the disbursal was done, so was it done
Hmm.
into your father's account or was it done
Yeah,
directly to the
yeah.
university? So how did
It
that
was
process
actually.
work?
Yes, so what happened was they once their approvals were done, they disbursed it into my father's account and then he sent me over to my US bank account. And what happens is with this Syracuse University, we have an option to pay online. So once we have the money in our account and if it is registered with the university, we can directly click an option of e-payment. So it takes like 2 or 3 days for it to process, but it's like really easy. You don't have to take cash and everything, and you don't have to wait to go to the bank. It's
Perfect.
really easy.
So what are the documents you kind of held on? Like, how did you select the amount of the loan? So, how आपने कैसे amount decide किया कि this much amount you need, and this is where the disbursal happens. So, what happened on that side?
So what happened was, you're talking about the first semester, right?
First semester. We are at the moment discussing the
Okay.
process through the
Mm-hmm.
first semester. Huh.
Okay. So
Hmm.
at the very start, in the first semester, I had to take 4 courses. So
Okay.
Syracuse University costs around like $5,000 a course, which
Okay.
is so it came around like $20,000. So it
Okay.
directly translates to like 15 lakhs or something.
Uh-huh.
So I decided like let's take 15 and plus a little bit more. So in case
Hmm.
there is like any processing fee or anything that might
Hmm.
incur, and so then
Correct.
would cover everything. Because at that time I didn't start a job yet. I mean, the first semester I was trying to look into finding a part-time so I can pay my own
Hmm.
expenses and the rent. So I didn't have much with me. So I was like, let's do this. That's why I filed like 16 lakhs of amount that I wanted for first semester, and I got it like in meantime, and that's how I
Okay.
used it.
So that was good. So good. So basically, you had the flexibility of choosing your courses and selecting the
Right.
amount from Oxford. Completely
Yep.
there.
Yep.
क्या होता है? Sometimes nationalized banks, have an issue. They split up the I-20 by two, and then they do the calculation. Comparably, NBFCs are
Yeah.
a bit
Yeah.
more flexible on that side. So that's good. फिर क्या
Yeah.
हुआ? फिर
Yeah. I was
semester
really
first
glad.
semester. Yeah, so first semester went away. Then second semester, obviously, what happened in the second semester disbursement?
So second semester disbursement was surprisingly really smooth. I
Hmm.
emailed them my university's page, like whatever the amount I need. I took like
Hmm.
3 courses, so amount came down to $15,000, like around 11 and a half lakhs. This is the
Okay.
currency conversion. So I emailed them like this is the amount I need, and it was very smooth. Like in a week or so, they disbursed the amount.
Chalo.
It was
That's
really good.
nice. Chalo. So that was good.
Hmm.
So initial hangups were this thing. So now what is the,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think now I believe you are taking some additional courses during summers, and you are
yeah,
actually
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for your third tranche of and you have written to them for your third tranche of
Disbursement.
disbursement.
Hmm.
So at the moment that is going. I know you're in touch with Swapnil and I think Rajesh and everybody there. So I think that will
Hmm.
come out soon. You've been in the
Yeah,
last.
I really hope it works out
Yeah, yeah,
as
don't
well.
worry,
I
don't
mean,
worry.
I understand the pandemic situation. I really understand, but also the thing is, my deadline is like is passed already. The
नहीं नहीं
university has been really well, like they gave me a grace period. So let's
ठीक है
hope
ना तन्वी.
everything works out
So
well.
don't worry about it. I mean, as we have
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
spoken to you, and now that we even Ranveer is aware of this, so we will help you, solve these issues which you are currently facing. And obviously, it's slightly testing time because summer internships people may not take, and
Yes.
sometimes it happens. So it's not a regular
Mm-hmm.
tranche of. So overall things say
Mm-hmm.
कैसा I mean now that unsecured loan 40-45 lakhs, did you think of when you were actually starting off and thinking about US education कि इतना मिलेगा मेरे को अमाउंट मिलेगा
Um,
इतना अमाउंट मिलेगा stuff like that.
so the thing is, matlab, I had some friends who already took some no collateral loans and also some friends who took collateral loans. So I had a
Okay.
like brief idea that I can get this much of amount. That's why I was trying to push it like around 45 lakhs,
Mm-hmm.
the loan
But
that
okay,
I wanted to it to be sanctioned.
ठीक है ना.
But
So
still,
हाँ. So
mhm.
you
Yeah,
still
you
have
can.
options of top up from the same bank as an Auxilo might give you looking at the grades, or else
Mm-hmm.
other
Mm-hmm.
top up partners are available. तो वो कोई टेंशन मत ले. You are sorted there. We'll
Okay.
get you sorted. So उसमें कोई फर्क उसमें होता है. So tell me about Ranveer Singh helping you out with the process and what kind of queries did he solve? So that is one thing which I want to, as a student, what kind of queries you face and what kind of queries did he come to solve?
Yeah, so starting from the very start, I would say I knew nothing about this. I just had amounts in my head and I knew nothing about the process. So I used to keep bugging Ranbir, like, please help me. I don't know how to do this. And I'm really sorry, Ranbir, if you're listening to this, but you have helped me a lot. I mean, for every question, he was always available. And even if the people were not replying at Oxford, sometimes when we faced the issue, he was always there. He tried to connect to us. I mean, and even to Oxilo. And even when things went wrong with HDFC Credila, like they were sanctioning only 35 lakhs, he was there. Like he was backing me up emotionally to like, don't worry, we'll find something else and I'll help you out. And he was always there. So it was like a very big help because finance, see, I'm like 26 now, and before I was coming in 25 years, you're talking about a figure of 45 lakhs. So that is like a big thing. You cannot think about it at that age. It worries
Correct.
you a lot. So he was always there to help me. I'm really glad.
Good. So that's what I mean. That is the entire genesis of EduLoan. So basically, we started this in
Mm-hmm,
2017. You guys are the second batch, which kind of helped out. Now we have over this year
mm-hmm,
we have over 1,000 students who we are helping. We have 10,000 students on our platform. So people are really helping, and
mm-hmm.
it gives you kind of like, so sometimes like you got stuck. I wouldn't say stuck, but I would say ki, you
Yeah, there
didn't
were
get
some
the amount
glitches. Yeah, yeah.
glitches amount of loan
Mm-hmm,
from say HDFC Credit or ABC lender. Forget anything. So we're not talking
mm-hmm,
about one, but
mm-hmm.
it gives you a comparison platform, and that's what happened in the end.
Right.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
good. That's nice to hear. So tell me
Yeah.
now, any so how did so would you recommend edu loans to people in terms of who are currently looking to empower their dreams? This is the empowering dream session. So are
Yeah.
you looking to, and what would you look around, and maybe some do's and don'ts in the education loan space? So can you throw some lights on that?
Yeah, so if you are working with Imperial, the first thing I would want to say is look into edu loans too. I mean, it's really a big help that they're providing us this a service. Like it's like a second parent you have in terms of finance, you know. They're gonna help you in everything, so I would definitely recommend this. And in terms of the other things, I mean, finance is a big thing whenever you're talking about post-graduation studies. So always look into it. And what was the second question again, Puneet sir?
I said, so would you recommend edu loans and something which you think about do's and don'ts in education loans? So maybe
Do's and
something which you
don'ts.
would
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, something which you would want to miss and not want to,
Mm-hmm,
for the future students to avoid, which maybe you think this could have
mm-hmm.
been done better.
Yeah. So, as I already said, I would definitely recommend going with EduLoans because they have lots of options like low collateral and collateral too. And do's and don'ts, I would say take your time, like look into everything, talk to them, and talk to even the people who are helping from Imperial and EduLoans if you're not getting any help from the bank, like the EduLoans, all of those things. Then prepare your documentation very well. This is the most important thing. Talk to them before anything, like what are the documents that you might need in the near future, so that you're aware of this and you don't come across something like you don't know at all.
Okay.
Then make sure you stay in touch always.
Hmm.
And that's it.
Perfect. So we sent you a document checklist right up front, right? That was why day one we would have sent you a document
Yeah.
checklist with so EduLoans works on that plan. Okay. So
Yeah.
thank you, Tanvi, for here. It was pleasure chatting with you, and we will get the final dispersal out quickly by maybe tomorrow or day after. So ये stress point आपका निकाल देंगे.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
any plans of
Yeah.
visiting
I trust you
India?
on that. And the pleasure was all mine talking to you. So
Yeah.
plans
So
on visiting India, I was actually planning to come India in December, but now that I kind of know about the second wave that might come up, I'm refraining on that. I want to go home, yes, but also the thing is, if the campus reopens for the next semester, like spring 2021, it'll be difficult for me to come back because I'll be
correct. So
traveling and I don't want to put anybody in danger. So I think I'll
chalega.
stay
At the
here.
moment, so at the moment you are enjoying the summer. So that's what you're doing at
Yeah,
in the
definitely. Yeah.
Chala. Good. So enjoy yourself and don't worry about this about the semester, the seventh semester written.
Mhm,
And we will
mhm.
definitely touch base there, and we will get
Yeah.
you and all the best for your internship. So a few people want to hear about the COVID situation and maybe the parting thoughts on what happened. So can you throw what is happening around you and the COVID and what is happening in the university?
Okay, so university campus is completely closed down. It was closed down in mid of March when we usually get the spring break. Like everybody was informed that if you're going for the spring break, just go and don't come back to the campus because we're closing down. So the next Syracuse is like a small city. You can see some people in the downtown, but in the area, in the university neighborhood, there are no people because all of the people who were local to this place, they've already went back to their homes. So it's just
Okay.
less few people here. So it's like a dead city right now. And COVID COVID positive cases are like very less around here. County is like a small county. So cases are not like too
Hmm.
much, but the New York City is like 4.5 hours away. So definitely, I would say that there's a chance that many people can come and go from here. But I don't see any people around here, so I'm not worried at all. And we don't go out much, so it's good.
चलो, good, good. Hiren is mentioning something. दुल्हन की विदाई का वक्त आ गया है. So this you are taken offline with him, whatever it comes. Chala,
Yeah.
nice. So I hope you stay safe and sound, and
Hmm.
front, and wish you all the best. And जब भी आए, then let's catch up whenever you are
Thank
in
you.
back in town. Okay, yeah. Take care.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I would love to. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah. Bye bye. Bye bye.